So for our final project, we wanted to create a racing game. We decided to title our game Risky Racers. In our game, you are driving a car and have to score as high of a score as possible, while avoiding obstacles and keeping track of your fuel level. If your fuel drops to 0, game over. We began our development by outlining the features and functionalities we wanted in our game. These include the fuel meter, speed of the game, the obstacles, and the score system.
So to facilitate the obstacles, we created a spawner class. It's a singleton, which just has timers that tick down every game tick, and when they reach 0, it'll either spawn an obstacle that'll block the player and damage them if they hit it, or it'll spawn gas to help them refuel. The road obstacle is a sort of base class that's just inherited by all the obstacle classes. It holds the main functionality of the obstacles and runs their game loop. And all the obstacle classes like the cones, oil, gas, or spike traps are just kind of a constructor that sets all that specific obstacle's values.
We also have the racer or the car. This is the player character, and you control it with W and S to move it up and down the screen. You move up and down to collect the fuel cans to keep going in the game and to avoid the obstacles so you don't die. The fuel system is like the player's health. If you let it run out, the game ends, and you can survive longer by collecting the fuel as well as avoiding the obstacles.
So then we compile it. And so you travel pretty much from left to right as obstacles come at you. The fuel ticks down over time and the points go up. So you need to constantly be getting fuel tanks to extend your life. As you go farther and farther, the obstacles will spawn more frequently and move at you faster, making them harder to avoid. However, the gas tanks don't spawn faster, so they become harder to get. And I guess we just kind of let it run for a little bit, right?
Yeah. Maybe hit some obstacles.
Yeah. The obstacles do different amounts of damage, kind of just arbitrarily set at this point. And they're speeding up a little bit. Every second, oh, I'm gonna lose. Okay, well. Well, that's the whole game right now.
Yep. So as you saw, the fuel ran to 0 and the game ended.
Yeah, but they speed up every second. They get 1% faster. So after like 100 seconds, it gets twice as fast. That kind of thing. And the fuel ticks down once every second. So for the main technical parts, in here we just create the points display, and then it starts up the singleton spawner and creates the racer. So for the spawner, it sets all its defaults and the startup just to like get the first thing initialized and everything. In the event handler, it has a countdown for the fuel and then a countdown for the obstacles. When the fuel countdown's 0, it just resets the countdown, spawns a fuel pickup. When the obstacle countdown hits 0, it randomly chooses an obstacle to spawn and then resets the obstacle countdown, modified by the multiplier based off the time. And here's where the multiplier just kind of goes up over time. It's just the total 1% value goes up every second divided by the frames per second. And then the road obstacle has all the attributes and sets them for the normal obstacles, and it runs their events, like deletes them when they go out, moves them, or changes their velocity as speed increases, and catches the collision event. So for the racer, it can damage them when they get hit. And there's also a spawn method just to like randomly put them somewhere on the right side of the screen. And then all of the the oil slick and stuff is just a constructor that just sets like all the values for that specific thing. And the gas is also an obstacle, just set up that it has a negative damage value, so it actually adds fuel instead of taking it away.
So then for the racer, we have it moving up and down by ticking keyboard events, and it moves on every game step. So that's kind of pretty basic and similar to the saucer suit game. But going on to the fuel, we actually, it's similar to a timer. So the base of the fuel is a timer, but it's sped up. So you die quicker than like every second. And then fuel and the obstacles also affect this number. So fuel adds and obstacles subtract.
Try to show off a bit more. That's pretty much it for our final. Gonna add better graphics, couple more obstacles, a bit more variety.
Maybe some road details, decoration, stuff like that.
And there's gonna be one sort of more power up for like bonus points. And that would be everything.